Hello, how you doing YouTube? Yeah, I want to do a video tonight about comets and asteroids, and the reason being there's a lot of material on YouTube regarding comets and asteroids over the next few months, and a lot of people are talking about doomsday events and catastrophes and cataclysms surrounding these comets and asteroids. So let's just talk about that and look at it closely from my point of view. Okay, now it is unusual that we are having a lot of comet and asteroid activity over the next few months. Okay, now as far as I'm aware, I think it starts in August. We've got Comet Honda making a close appearance, and then like Comet Elenin is getting close around September and October. Okay, then we got YU55 in November, or is that October? I'm not sure. Okay, but you know what? Okay, even if I told you the exact dates, right? Don't take it from me. Go to the NASA JPL website and you look at the orbital diagram of all of these things. You know, go to the horse's mouth, so to speak. Okay, and then I think it's at the start of 2013. In January 2013, we've got Comet Levy coming close as well. So that's a lot going on over the next few months. You know, so that's why everyone's talking about it. Well, that and other reasons, which we'll go into in a moment. So okay, so let's define what a comet is and what an asteroid is first of all. Okay. Now, a comet is over 80% ice. It has a small nucleus of iron or other metals, you know, I suppose they vary. But it's got a small nucleus, not very wide in diameter, and then it's mainly ice. So if any of these comets enter our atmosphere, which none of them are projected to do so, it would burn up. And you know, comets don't pose much threat to the Earth. An asteroid, on the other hand, can be potentially more hazardous, as far as I know. Now, this is just as far as my research goes. Okay, you know, because an asteroid isn't ice; it's rock and metal. Okay, so a bit more robust and you know, could you know, has more mass to it. Okay, but on the subject of mass, let's talk about mass. Okay, now these comets and asteroids, the size of them, right, and the mass of them is, as they say, a pebble in the ocean. I mean, it's like they don't exert any significant mass to have any effect upon the Earth whatsoever. Okay, now having said that, I'm going to talk about where the potential threats are, as far as my opinion goes, in just a second. So I'm not saying there's zero threat. I believe that there is some threat, but we'll go into that in a second. First of all, I'm just kind of going through all the pros, if you like, the positives, you know, the things against an extinction level event. Okay, so like as far as like Levy, Honda and YU55 are concerned, they are not extinction level events. They're not going to crash into the Earth, as far as we know. Okay, and again, I'm going to just, you'll know what I'm talking about in a second. I'm going to go into it in a second. Okay, okay, but then we get to Comet Elenin, right? And now we just established that a comet is a comet, and a comet with the trajectory told to us by NASA, it's harmless, you know, but it'd be pretty in the sky, you know. I certainly am going to go and look at it, you know, so it'd be nice. Okay, but there's no threat if it's a comet. And why do I say that? It's because of all comets in history, okay, and certainly of all the comets, you know, imminent over the next few months, Comet Elenin is absolutely by far the most controversial. I've never known so much controversy over a comet. I suppose that, yeah, actually there was some controversy over Hale, but anyway. But okay, so here's the thing about Elenin. People are theorizing that Elenin is actually not a comet, but that we've been lied to, or information has been withheld from us. I suppose that's the same thing, really. Okay, and the comet Elenin is actually a brown dwarf star, or it is near a brown dwarf star following it, or whatever, or that it is one. Okay, and that all the prophecies of the ancients will be fulfilled at the passing of Elenin, and that Elenin is actually Nibiru, or a brown dwarf star. Okay, you know, and therefore it's going to be an extinction level event. And people say, okay, Elenin was named Elenin because ELE, extinction level event, NIN, nin, Nibiru is near, and you know, people make reference to what do you call it, deep impact, and yeah, I'll tell you what, I mean, you know, it's rather intriguing, the theories with regards to Elenin, right? And then you've got things like the Russian government. There's been publications by in the media that the Russian government are saying that Elenin is intelligently controlled. Well, it's no wonder then, isn't it, that there's all this controversy over Elenin. We're getting mixed messages because you've got NASA just kind of portraying it as an ordinary comet, just passing through like it does, and nothing more, right? Nothing sinister. And then there's all these little tidbits, all these little clues that make us raise our eyebrows and think, is it really a comet? You know. And then when you've got someone like the Russian government thinking that it's intelligently controlled, that's another thing. And I'll tell you what, from my own personal research, because I've looked into this, right, and from what I can see, I'm very suspicious about the fact that Elenin, right, the pictures that I've seen of comet Elenin, right, we'll call it a comet, let's just assume it's a comet, okay, it's not alone. There's things around it. I don't know, I mean, I read an article that there's actually a Jupiter-sized planet following it. It's difficult to know the truth, isn't it? Right? But anyway, what's all that stuff following Elenin? There's like 2 lines following it. I mean, what is that? I mean, comets don't have things orbiting it, right? Because it doesn't have the mass to keep things within its range, orbiting it. So these bits and bobs, whatever they are, maybe Elenin is a brown dwarf star, and that these things around Elenin are its planets. Well, I don't know, but these things are something, you know. And don't tell me it's Elenin's tail, because like it does not look like a tail, right? They're very defined, three-dimensional things, you know, in lines and then bits around Elenin. So that is very suspicious, I must say, because like I've never seen that before with comets. And there's all kinds of suspicious circumstances around comet Elenin. So I personally, right, I don't 100% believe that it's like going to bring an extinction level event and it's a brown dwarf. But on the other hand, I don't rule it out either. But you know what it boils down to is that we've not got long to wait, right? Because like this thing's coming in the summer, or just at the end of the summer, and just after. And I think October is going to be a big month, but then September is too. Okay, so you know, it's either going to be that nothing sinister happens whatsoever, and there's going to be a whole lot of embarrassed people out there, or else it's going to be as people are expecting. Now, what if that's the case? Now, if that is the case, right, and that comet Elenin is extremely sinister and going to cause all kinds of catastrophe on the Earth, because it is indeed not a comet, then that begs the question, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, I've given this some thought, and I personally believe that you see, if the world's going to end, and there's going to be cataclysms everywhere, I'm not really interested in finding a cave or getting underground or getting to a high altitude and storing up food and all this, because you know what? That's all very much easier said than done. People think they're going to go and live in the wild, right, for the rest of their lives when the world's obliterated, and and they can. But I tell you what, that's easier said than done. It is, and you'll see what I mean if it happens. We're not used to that kind of shit, and it's not just that, but honestly, there's things you haven't even thought about that are gonna, disease and sickness. There's honestly, that's not the end. You don't just kind of escape the immediate danger and then live happily ever after. There's going to be all kinds of things. You're going to be fighting all your life to stay alive, and probably won't succeed. So, right, I'm not being negative, but I just don't think that's the answer. We live for what? I mean, everyone's going to die. Everyone's going to die at some point. No one lives forever, right? Okay, in this life, in this flesh. Okay. Now, my channel is called Immortal Man. I believe I'm immortal. So to me, right, to prepare for something like that, it's a spiritual preparation. I believe that in this shell, when this shell dies, because I'm immortal, I'll take on another form. My life will continue. There will not even be a break in my life. Right? When this flesh dies, there won't even be a period of time before I'll just continue on. The energy in me, the life force in me, I'll just take on another form, or I don't know exactly, but I honestly believe that spiritual preparation is the way to go. Now I'm running out of time, right? YU55 is interesting. Now that's an asteroid, and it's interesting because of the fact that it is the largest asteroid to come so close to the Earth. Right? We've had things come closer, but not as big as YU55, and it's coming between the Earth and the Moon, so it's coming very close. Now let's just talk about gravity. Okay. Now I'm just rushing this because I haven't got a lot of time left. It won't exert enough gravity, or any gravity actually, upon the Earth, right? But this is what the articles and everyone who talks about this seems to forget, is the fact that the Earth has mass. I mean, we hold the Moon. The Moon's pretty big. We hold the Moon in our gravitational fields, and it's 250,000 miles away, and the Moon orbits us, right? We are a massive object, not as massive as Jupiter or as massive as we could be, but we're pretty massive, right? Enough so to have a gravitational field. Okay, so when YU55 or anything else that comes close to the Earth, but we'll talk about YU55 because that's coming very close, 201,000 miles is coming to the Earth. Okay, so the Earth is going to have a pull, a gravitational pull upon it, right? So although it's not affecting us, we are affecting it. So could we affect it enough to change its trajectory? And scientists say yes. Trajectory changes when objects pass massive planetary bodies. Trajectory changes because it affects the object and can alter its trajectory. So things can change when it comes down to the day, right? When it comes down to it, and we have these expectations, at the last minute things can change, right? And it could be that the trajectory changes in such a way that the next time it passes, it's on a direct collision course with the Earth, or it could be that we change it drastically enough that it just comes to us that very day. Okay, but it all depends as well upon the velocity of the object as well. Is it going to have substantial